because the CGM is really the most empowering, most instructive, most revolutionary tool we have, not just in general health, but in mental health.
Mhm.
I have yet to have a patient use a CGM and not change their diet because
Agreed.
they can see, even if they don't share the results with me, if they don't want, they can see for themselves what's going on. It's just you can't argue with it. And most people are really, really curious about these patterns, and they get really excited about trying to change them.
Right.
And I love it. It's so much fun to work this way because, I can talk science till I'm blue in the face, but nothing's going to convince somebody like, oh, I had that piece of keto-friendly bread, which
Right.
is only have 3 net carbs in it, and my blood sugar went up to 160 milligrams per deciliter. It's you can't argue with your own body's chemistry. You can see it for yourself, what's happening. And then you get to decide for yourself, whether that piece of bread was really worth it to you. And
Right.
everybody can make a different decision, but I've yet to see a patient not change their diet when they use a CGM.
I actually put it on my oldest child because he has a tendency to like carbs. So I said, let's just have, and his blood sugar, because he's young, it's stable, but you
Yeah.
see little spikes even within the normal ranges when he eats certain foods that are less ideal. And it's and now he forever remembers that data set from that short 2 weeks he tried it. So I think it's such a powerful tool.
Isn't that something? I mean, any tool can be abused or misused,
Yes.
but this tool is 90% benefit, maybe even 95% chance of benefiting. I mean, there's always going to be a subset of people who misuse or abuse a tool or a strategy. Any diet can be abused.
Yes.
Any test can be abused. But that's human nature, right? Most people are going to benefit tremendously by even a single 2-week glucose sensor if you can afford one. I mean, they're becoming more affordable and they're becoming more accessible. This is if I can only recommend one thing for people to open their minds and get them curious
Yeah.
and get them hopeful about their metabolic future and their mental health future, their intellectual future, their mental health. It's a CGM. And so I highly, highly recommend.
When I was starting the carnivore diet, I read up all of your blogs and all the science, and you gave me so much hope and the science and the logic. And so I've always been a huge fan, and I'm so happy that you have a book to finally share it with the world. And so I hope you continue to have your success because I think you are so well written. I think you do such a great job in explaining things and being convincing in your writing, which I think is a skill. So